Today I watched a video that spotlighted Eric Kramer, a quarterback that many of you may not know. Some of you may possibly know. But in case you didn't, he was the quarterback who took over for the Detroit Lions in 1991 after Rodney Peete went out. And essentially carried the team. Well, I ain't gonna say he carried them. Barry obviously did that, but he essentially helped the team get to a NFC championship game. And as I watched that video, he talked about how he went through a divorce. He lost his son to a heroin addiction. And it just kept piling on. And no matter what he did, no matter how he did it, it piled on some more. And he found himself in a deep depression. And as I listened to this story, he gets to a point where he discussed him actually going to a hotel room with a 9mm gun that he purchased from a store, put the gun to his chin, and pulled the trigger. He actually pulled the trigger. The bullet flew through his chin, through his tongue, and straight through his brain. And he survived. He survived. And I tell you that because I want you to go watch the video. But two, I want those of you who are thinking of taking their lives to think about this. The trauma of a survivor is so real. Because as I watched him explain his story and to hear how much of the despair that he had to get to that decision, I thought to myself, he never knew what that moment would have meant to other people around him. His mother had passed away. Everything around him was going bad. He couldn't hold a job. It was just a terrible time in his life. So let me tell you what it's like to be a survivor of someone who takes their own life that you care about. Every day you wake up and you ask yourself the questions that you'll never get answers to. Every moment you think that you finally got a grasp on it. You find a moment of silence and you can hear their laugh and you can see their smile when you close your eyes. You can even smell their scent. And some of the old things that you used to laugh about all comes rushing back to you. You feel guilt. You feel pain and sorrow. You feel a level of hurt that you never thought you could feel. Before you make a decision that I have to live with, that those people who care about you have to live with, make one you can live with. Simply reach out and get help by calling the Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. Eric Kramer got lucky. Eric Kramer did not sit there and just simply say, I plan to survive this. He went through with it, but it wasn't his time. So before you make this decision, reach out to me. Reach out to a friend. Reach out to someone in the chat. And if somebody in the chat reaches out to you, all you have to do is listen. Do nothing else more, but listen. All I need is a simple message. A simple message of we need to talk. Now let's talk football. What's going on, Pride Nation, and welcome back to another Field Review podcast show where I am your host, Luke G. And I am here joined by my new co-host and my partner in crime, Lions Rumble 81. I thought William was going to be here, but I don't know what happened. What's going on, Lions Rumble?
What's going on, baby? How you doing, man?
Dude,
You enjoyed that game?
I did. I had a real interesting day, and I'm you know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, Rumble. It's finna get even more intriguing.
Let's get it. I like it.
People, I had a terrible day. Terrible. Yes, man. I mean, people at work was tripping. I just bought brand new tires for my car, and they went flat. and apparently I hit a pothole, but my shocks are good enough that I didn't realize I hit a pothole, and so that tire is now back flat, and the rim is bent, so I got to get that repaired.
Oh, that's not good.
I know, right?
Oh man.
And then if that is not enough, I had to still come home and shovel the snow because I didn't have time to do it yesterday. I was too engrossed into the damn football game.
Of course.
To care about the snow. So I come home to do the snow, and the snow blower literally has snow in it that I'm pretty sure I cleared out, unless somebody else in this household used the snow blower and didn't tell me, but it was frozen solid on the inside. So I couldn't use the snow blower.
Oh man.
So yeah, it was one of them days. However, I'm in a good mood.
I hear that.
I'm in a good mood because the Patty in me is finna be strong. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Oh, snap. The Patty in me is about to get real strong today. If you came here and you didn't want to hear no storefront preaching, you might as well change the channel right now. The Patty in me is about to come out.
Yes, sir. I'm right there with you.
I want them to understand something, Rumble. That this right here is not for the faint of heart.
No.
I ain't gonna call no names, but you know who you are. We got videos and receipts on what you said.
Well,
okay.
Petty.
We got that. Okay. Now, before I get into my Patty party, let's see who's in the building. Chris Cashball is in the building. Okay. We got my man, One Funky Lion fan, Looney Tunes, Chrome is in the building. We got Brad Beard in the building, Go Lions, Vash Starwind, C. Perry, Dan Spanos in the building, Forbidden Knowledge, Go Lions. Let's see. We got my man Drake Barnes in the building. We got Ghost Gunner in the building.
Happy birthday, Ghost Gunner.
Happy birthday, Ghost Gunner. Hey. Let's see. We got Joey 2 times in the building. My man Anthony over there from Roar the Lions UK says, "What up, though? Who are ready to stop living in the past and start looking towards the Lions' future? Good times coming." I hear you. We got Cap Ice Code in the building. Don 19. Let me try and forget nobody. We got John Jones. We got my man's in the building, JGB. Shout out to you. People don't think miracles work, but prayer is serious, and people need to start paying attention to it. So happy to hear that things is going good for you, brother. Marcus Willis is in the building. Dr. Detroit is in the building. Oh, this is a new one right here. Oh. What how would you say this? Slinksy YT? What's the best playoff game for me? It's still Bills Chiefs. I don't know. I'm trying to
Slinksy. Okay.
Slinksy, is that how you say it? I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. I suck with names, man. You're going to find out I suck with names, but I am open as a book and allow anybody to come here and do it. We got Hungry Panda Studios. We got You Can Hate Me Now, Mackenzie. We got B for Real. Let me make sure I ain't missing nobody. Lions, you in the building, obviously.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Make sure I ain't missing nobody. Super Saiyan Lions. Oh, this is another new one. Let's see. Avatar 816 Stafford with a ring. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
The Patty part of me.
Yes, sir.
I said we wasn't going to do it. Remember that? Had our houses in the building. All right. Let me do this the right way. Rumble. I'm gonna you know what? To be fair, I'm going to give you a chance. Do you want to say anything before you start? Me, what were your thoughts on the game? I just want, I don't want to leave anything. Yeah. No stone should be left unturned. Any thoughts on the game? I want to make sure I'm fair.
Okay. Where do I go with this? Okay, let's just. We all know the obvious. We all know that Stafford was. We all know Stafford was an elite quarterback. We all know what Stafford was capable of. He brought the Lions back from so many games. He was there for 12 years. They didn't give him anything other than a new contract. So we can't say it was Stafford's fault. We saw what Stafford did yesterday. He had no run game. He had receivers who didn't know how to catch the ball. He literally beat them with one man. Atta baby. That's all I got. He beat him with Cooper Kupp. He beat him with one man, Cooper Kupp. We all knew the ball was going to Cooper Kupp. He threw the ball to him 8 times on one drive. So,
I just.
That's a beautiful picture.
I gotta have fun with it, just to do. Now, I told you I'm getting petty, and it's a reason why. I love all the people who like to come in here and tell me about Khalil Hodge. I love that because they can't seem to remember when I told them about people like Greedy Williams. I love all the people who like to come in here and tell me about Jeff Okudah because they forget that I said that I thought that in my prediction was Isaiah Simmons. They forget that because they can only go to Khalil Hodge. I love all the people who forget that I predicted TJ Hockenson because when I'm right, them same people don't show up. I just find this to be a little ironic. Now, I'm not going to toot my horn today. I'm just going to point out that we have a bigger problem. And the best thing to do with a problem is to expose the issue. I'm here to give you guys the haters guide that seems to be going around. Let's just start this off. First things first, right? I want you to take a look at this because for the longest I've heard the following statements, such as he just does nothing but pad stats. He was 0-3 in the playoffs. He had this team and that team, and he couldn't get it done. He led the league in interceptions this year. That's Stafford-like because 17 interceptions is so much. But don't worry about it, right? I even had a friend today, Rumble. You would never believe this. I have a friend who's a Packer fan who calls me up to tell me, and I quote, not my words, his words, who calls me up to say, quote, "Oh man, Aaron Rodgers won the MVP." And my response to that was, who cares if you were league MVP when you swiftly were exited out of the first round of the playoff that you got into and you didn't score a single touchdown, and that's your king. Now, I told him this. I told him this because I told him that he did not know that what he said didn't matter. He said, well, how you going to downplay an MVP? I said, an MVP season does not mean nothing if it don't result in a championship.
It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that ring.
You feel me? It's literally toilet paper. It's useful for the moment to make your butt dry, but it don't make your butt smell good. And you know what that tells me? That these people come up with every single thing that they could. They do. So let's go down the list. First thing first, he got a super team. This is just a lie. I mean, I've already proven this to be a lie. Oh, he's got this many Hall of Famers, and he's got this many. Really? So I guess when he had Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald, when he had those two, I'm talking about Jared Goff to be exact, who he had Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh, and he had Marcus Peters and Talib at cornerback. You remember those guys? He had Todd Gurley, who literally led the league in rushing. He still had Cooper Kupp, had a Brandon Cooks, and still had a Robert Woods. I guess that didn't mean that. But nope, they're still not willing to just shake it. You are a hater. I'm going to say this again. You are a hater if you can't just give the man his props.
Give him his roses, man. What more does he have to do?
Say that you wrong. The only thing that makes you an adult is to be able to say, I was wrong. It happens. It happens. I heard that this man, he didn't do. Oh, this is my favorite. The NFL cheated for the Rams. Did you hear that one? Oh my
man,
God.
I heard that one too. I don't know how.
They didn't call this flag and they didn't call that flag. And let me remind people what happened in this Super Bowl game. Okay, Let me remind people. I want to leave that up there because I want people to understand something. I hear these questions, and I'm telling you all this because it's not that I'm just trying to gloat. It's that I ask the questions every single time. Why not us? It's a reason he can have that. It's a reason. Okay? Why not us? What did the Rams really have that the Lions didn't? Seriously. What did they have that the Lions didn't? What do you think, Rumble? What do you think?
Heart, will, determination, a great front office,
Okay.
a coach who that's what he wanted for his team.
Okay.
Yeah, he held the trophy for 30 seconds, but he passed it around. He was like, hey, this ain't on me. It's on these guys right here.
Now, again, this is just me just making some points. Now, this is just me making a few points. It's not my problem. I'm just simply making some points here. Now, the people of this town always bring it up. I had a guy today, after I went to go get my damn rim fix, I had a guy today tell me that Eric Kramer did more for the Lions than Stafford. Now, I want y'all to understand something. I just got done telling you the story about Eric Kramer, very tragic thing. But to think that a guy and Eric Kramer did more for the Lions than Stafford is just ludicrous to me. But what can I say? I mean, all he had was Barry Sanders. I mean, we're not gonna judge that. Then I heard this excuse. Did you hear this one, Rumble? Oh, where the Rams, when they went against the Bengals, they're supposed to win. Did you hear that one yet?
Yeah, I heard that one too.
You heard that one
too? Yeah, okay. Of course.
Okay,
of course.
Right. But that's the same Bengal team that basically ran his way through the entire playoffs. And then I heard, well, if he had to go on the road and play the Packers, and then what would happen? The Packers couldn't get past the damn 49ers. He did.
We beat the Packers at home that last game. And I heard that too.
Here's some more excuses that I heard today. This is some of my favorites. People act like Stafford is a Lion. Weren't you the same one rooting for Lamar Jackson? You was just telling me how great Tom Brady was. I don't remember now one of them being a Lion.
No, never.
Okay.
Never done a Honolulu Blue.
I want this to sink in. Then this other one I heard. This is nothing more than a slap to the Lions' face. How? They've been terrible. How much more terrible? 0-16. I'll remind you. 0-16. How can this be more terrible? Seriously.
Incredible.
This is a
slap. And then drafted Stafford. And then Stafford, before he left, owns every Lion passing record.
Lions can't say talk Lions, not Rams. You're not listening. I'm talking Lions. You just missing it. You just missing it. Because I'm bringing up points to point out all the excuses that they're making for a player that people in this fan base choose to pick on.
Yeah.
And they don't understand why. Every time a player leaves this place, they set the world ablaze. There's some players that I think deserve some heat. I'm not gonna lie. However, they wanted Sue gone. Defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. Ran down our throat. Worst rush defense since he left. Never had the same freaking type of defense with him gone. Shame on me. Right?
Of course. Of course.
And then here go the other part. People don't realize that he lost both tight ends in that Super Bowl.
Yes.
Odell Beckham Jr.
Yep.
They had no run game.
They had no receivers who could catch other than Cooper Kupp.
Bro, hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. You know what? Let me show you something. And you know what's funny? You know what's funny about that game that pissed me off? Sean McVay and Zach Taylor were in a full-out competition for who could be the worst coach in a big game. What? Who in the hell goes for it on 4th and 1 with that field position? Think about this. In the middle of the field with that field position, you go for it on 4th and 1. I'm finna show you all the mistakes in this game. When I tell you coaching is the problem, y'all don't understand. The Lions' number one problem has been, will be, and forever will always come down not to ownership, but damn coaching.
Wow.
You can sell the team. Talk to the Jacksonville Jaguars. They sold that team. It amounts to nothing. Talk to all the people who sold the team and tell me how it works.
Man.
Tell me.
Yeah.
Now,
coaching and culture.
Now, I'm trying not to rumble. Please stop me when I lose myself.
No, do your thing, man. Do your thing.
Please stop me when I lose myself.
You on your petty parade.
Now, here we go. So now they go for it on 4th, and I'm thinking, why not just play field position? Did you not forget that you are legitimately the road team? Couldn't nobody from Ohio pay for them prices to get them tickets? What you think this is? If you don't stop this noise, that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough. People talk about the disrespect of Matthew Stafford. They talk about, and how this means to the Lions and stuff. No. I've been saying this for the longest. They turned around in the game where Stafford becomes the first quarterback to throw 3 touchdowns and not win MVP. Even if you didn't give it to Matthew Stafford, Aaron Donald should have won it. right? But Stafford still should have been the MVP. Well, Luke, slow your roll. He had 2 interceptions. That was the fault of the receivers.
Yep.
It was the fault of the receivers.
The one was a glorified punt, but he didn't even go up to try to knock the ball out of
He
the
didn't
air.
do nothing.
Jefferson is just, he got a ring.
He didn't do nothing. He stayed there and let somebody who's not taller than him out-jump him.
Yes.
And if you want to argue that he shouldn't be trusting that receiver, fine. Argue that he shouldn't trust that receiver. But I'll be damned if I point up and you stay down. I don't know what other communication y'all come from, but if a person point up, I tend to look up. Right? Like, seriously. Then the second one, the receiver tries his best Odell Beckham impression. If you just use 2 hands, maybe it doesn't come off the one hand for an interception.
Oh, that was so terrible. It hit both hands and just perfectly into the defender's hand.
Now, stay with me. The other part of it, I'm finna show y'all how coaching affects games. Because y'all love y'all some Joe Burrow, but God forbid we root for a guy who actually was here. Right?
Yeah.
People, I remember that I got made fun of for a certain pick that I would put it. And I pretty much put this thing up every chance that I could. And they made fun of me. They said, "Oh, you're crazy. The Bengals don't seem to have no problems." I personally think he got sacked 9 times, but 2 of them they say he got the ball off. I'm not sure he made it out the pocket, but at that point it didn't matter. 7 sacks.
Oh man.
7 sacks. How many times? And then he got rolled up on the other knee. Not the bad one, the good one. So I told people this. I said, it's going to come a time. It's going to come a time where you just have to just tell the truth. And I said, yeah, the receiver looked great. Outside of that one catch that he did to what's supposed to be the shutdown corner of Jalen Ramsey, which I think that's a bit of an overrated statement.
Yeah, we can't use that statement no more.
Okay. I don't understand it. Stop it, man. This is not your time. He just keeps coming in. He's so disrespectful. He just keeps, randomly. He randomly doing this. This right here is when it mattered. The biggest game of the stage, and you couldn't protect them. But this is not even the real story for me. The real story is they wasn't able to stop Joe Mixon. And yet, they didn't run him.
Nope.
And then, when you have a chance to extend the drive, on 3rd and 1, you bring in Samaje Perine. What?
Who?
Why?
Who?
When?
Rick?
How? I'm just
I didn't know he was still on the roster.
I didn't even have no clue.
What?
And you don't use them once. No. You do it twice.
Oh. When it mattered most. Oh wow.
Twice. But you still don't know some of the things that jumped out to me. Y'all don't know. Y'all just go ahead, man. I'm in rep form today.
It's yeah, man, you're killing it. So all that talk about how secondary is not important. Not one time were they really blitzing Burrow. Not one time were they blitzing him. The secondary was clamping up out there, and the passes that he did get off were because of, Jalen Ramsey tried to jump the route. Jalen Ramsey had his face mask snatched off him almost and got beat. But all this talk about this upcoming draft coming up and how, you need linemen, you need a D line. Yeah, that's cool. But can we just sit here and think about how they neutralized Joe Burrow, how they kept him from really carving them up? Because we're used to Joe Burrow throwing 5 TDs like it's nothing. one or two plays, and he's got a touchdown.
Yeah. Now, shout out to American Football Network. Says, what up, Luke G? A new sub here. Thank you for subbing. He says, heard about you from Dan because he probably knew I was gonna get patty as hell today. I'm a Lions fan. I certainly am gonna do film study. I'm all for it. But today, this is a tongue whipping for Lions fans who said that he's not a winner, who said that he passed stats, who said that he can't win a division. Everything they said that he couldn't do, he literally proved the opposite in one season with a less supporting cast, just a better head coach.
Oh, they were dropping like flies.
But I mean, dude, like all you really needed was to get what's the word I want to use for this? You just really need to get, you know what? I'm gonna just show y'all. Some things deserve to have a view. Listen, he can't win the big game. You heard that one, right? That was another one of the ones you heard, right? You heard that. They said this guy points this out. He says the best throw of the year. He's going to break this down. I'm just going to let you get a good look at it. So he's breaking it down. And he's showing you where this guy, the safety, which I believe is Von Bell. Y'all want a lot of people from Ohio State, but Ohio State don't seem to give you what you want. But it's not a problem. And so this is what Von Bell sees. This is what most people see. Oh, he's clearly going to throw it here, right? Like that's the look.
Yes,
right?
Sir.
Like that's what look. They're letting you see all of this. That's where the look is, right? I mean, surely he has to be throwing it to this guy. He's open. And he stares this guy down. He stares him down with conviction and spirit and moxie. And he wants you to look. He wants you to run up. And he does what? Let me just go back up here. Wait a minute. He throws it without looking. But when this happens from Patrick Mahomes, the crowd goes wow. And he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Now, I'm not saying that this means anything. I'm not saying that this means anything. I'm not saying that this means anything. But this does. Because I heard this from Bengals fans too. Lions fans. Y'all took that tackle. Y'all won 3 games in a tie. Meanwhile, your dude over here getting pummeled. He may have a shorter career than Andrew Luck at this rate. Got wide open, can't get it to him because he's on his back. But when I bring up certain photos, when I bring up certain things, I'm an a-hole. This is a stupid diagram.
Hey, these pictures worth 1,000 words.
They both happen.
Yep.
They both happen. If you look at this picture, you know what? Let me go down. Let me go down to the one that was designed for us. Let me just show you right here. Jared Goff with Sue could throw it to anybody. That happened. We could have went and got the receiver y'all wanted. Y'all remember that? He was gonna make a difference. Come on, people. Let this be a lesson. Let this be a lesson to you. To move pride out the way, to move ego out the way. I keep telling y'all, do research. The quarterback is not the problem. We've had too many for it to be just a quarterback issue. Too many.
Way too many.
Then this is my favorite. Oh, Jim Caldwell. It's the same guy who rejected taking Aaron Donald. Poor Jim Caldwell. Poor Jim Caldwell. When are we going to wake up? When? Rumble, stop me if I'm lying. Have you ever heard a Lions fan say trade a receiver? Like a receiver they like?
Just you and me. I mean, we were kind of on that last one, but yeah. While their stock was high, but yeah, just you and me. Just people who know the game.
They don't want them trade. They love them some receivers. God forbid you trade a good receiver.
Yeah. And get something back in return for it. Heaven forbid. Receivers are a dime a dozen. I mean, there's receivers now who had 4, maybe 5 good years, who were the cream of the crop, and now they've slowly fallen back in the shadows. I can think of a couple. Julio Jones off the top of the head. And they said that about OBJ. He can't get open. He's this, he's that. The Rams
Ooh.
did it smart. They went and grabbed all these misfits, threw them on the team. People that said they didn't have nothing left in the tank. Their head cases, they're this, they're that, and now they're champions. So
You know
I
what's
thought that was
funny?
cool.
You know what's funny? All the people. Look at this. How many great O lines winning Super Bowls? Who said anything about them great? This is y'all moving that goalpost again. First, y'all said, and I quote, he got to do this, he got to do that. He don't throw nobody open. He threw everybody open.
Yes, he did.
You know, even when they couldn't catch it, he threw them open. Then people still didn't want to give it to him. They said that, he overthrew him in the end zone. That was the right play. In order for him to take that pass, it would have been high risk. He threw it high enough. If you can't get it, oh well. Let us see another day. But there was one play. Do you know the one play of the game to me that told me how intelligent the quarterback was? Do you know what that one play is? You would never guess it, Rumble. In fact, Rumble, I'll ask you, what was the one play?
Okay.
What was the one play that was the biggest play of the game? Biggest play of the game.
I would have to say where he tried to sneak it in.
Okay.
At the goal line.
Watch this. People in the chat, work with me. This is about the Lions because I need y'all to understand something. When you get good players, embrace them. That's all I'm saying. Embrace them. When Glover Quin left, he's washed up, he's done. When Quandre Diggs left, he's washed up, he's done. When I don't care who it was, whoever it was, when DeAndre Levy was, was hurt or he's not for real, he's washed up, he's done. I remember the celebrations for Charles Rogers, Mike Williams, Roy Williams, and every receiver we ever taken. Titus Young. I remember all the excitement. Don't do it now. Don't change it now. You know the most important play of that whole game?
What was it?
It was a penalty that was called. It was a pass interference penalty. Now, I've tried like hell to find this clip. I'm gonna try one more time. But do you know why that was the biggest play in the game? And it wasn't because there was a penalty. It's what the quarterback did. It's what he did that won't show up on the stat sheet. But had that been anybody not named him, they would have said, and I quote, "What a heads-up play! What a great job!" If that had been anybody else on that play, they'd have been singing his praises. Okay.
Wow.
You know what made that play so special?
Wow.
Wait, did I find it? Did I find it? Let me see this. I think I might have found it. Oh, I think I might have found it. Wait a minute. I think I found it. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Right. I found it, people.
All right.
I want y'all to see this. Let me take this off the screen for a second, people. Y'all, please don't hate me for this. I'm tying this all in for a reason. I want y'all to see it. I'm also rubbing this in the face of those haters that just somehow don't want to see it. All right, here we go. So here's the biggest play of the game. This got called for a defensive holding. Now, there's a video going around on Instagram and I believe on Twitter that says that this is not a hold because this happened earlier with Jalen Ramsey and it wasn't called. Well, the officials can be called what they want, but this is 100% a hold. But I'm going to tell you why this play is special. Because Stafford saw this. That's all he needed to see. And he threw the ball. Because
he put some sauce on there too.
At this point, this creates a penalty, which leads to this. If Stafford does not throw the ball right now, they're not calling this under no circumstance.
No.
If he does not call, he has to throw it while this guy's hands is still on him.
Yeah, that was a good play.
It's a heads-up play they will not talk about this in mainstream media. They'll talk about the touchdown play after this, but they will not talk about how smart it was for him to make this throw.
And that comes with time.
With that guy grabbing him.
Yep.
Now, shout out to the people. I remember last year, a lot of people wanted Logan Wilson, or maybe it's the year before, but I know a lot of people wanted him. And he definitely performed really, really well. Let me get back to y'all. I need y'all to focus on some things. All right. Now, let me have some fun with it, people. Can we stop with it? Can we stop with it? Can we stop with it every single time? It's the quarterback's damn fault. It's not. And when I blame people like Jared Goff, it's because I see things in the film that directly reflect on the quarterback. I got people telling me the offensive line sucked this year, and I'm telling them it's because of the quarterback. He's holding the ball too long. He's sitting there taking unnecessary passes. And people are not understanding that this is what it is. Now, they call it a little ticky-tacky, but at the same ticky-tacky call that has bailed out Tom Brady year in and year out, at the same ticky-tacky call that has bailed out Patrick Mahomes, bailed out Aaron Rodgers, and bailed out any other person the NFL has tried to marquee player. Please don't give me ticky-tacky. Let's just keep it what it is. It's a legitimate penalty, and it does not happen unless he throws the ball. Let me get back to my point. Let me get back to my point. This ain't a slap in the face of the Lions organization. They've been trash, 0-16.
Yeah, you can't slap something that's they already know what
I don't understand how they doing this. They come up with it every time. They do this every time. But the reality is this. You don't need a great quarterback to win a Super Bowl. I can give you a laundry list of people. However, in this particular Super Bowl, this was the only quarterback in that game who's going to get that done.
Absolutely.
That's what he was brought here for. When everything around you crumble and fail, what can you do for me? And he proved it.
They really look like the Lions yesterday. Couldn't run the ball.
Nope.
Main big receivers are out.
Yep.
No names stepped up.
Yep.
But your quarterback, who was Matt, who is an iron. He's made of iron. The guy rarely misses a game. He put the team on his back. It was like the Lions all over again. And I think that's why we as fans were like, yo, like it was a Cinderella storybook ending for us. We've seen this before.
And here's where it all gets wrapped up for me. The Lions can learn so much from both of these situations. And I think they already have, because whether you guys know it or not, trading Stafford was important. It was the first sign that the ownership just did not want to hold on to a player for the sake of the fans, because there was a lot of us who loved Stafford, didn't want him to go anywhere. But just think that moving forward, where players are no longer sacred totems for people to just hang on to, there's a new day, a new beginning, a new future, and you get to be a part of it, which means you get to learn how to be better fans. Here's a team who literally could have won a game yesterday if they just ran the damn ball on the Bengals. But instead, they came out of empty sets. 5 wide. Sound familiar? It don't? Go look at what happened to your quarterback who got traded to a team that refused to set him up like that. Who continued to run the ball even though they wasn't getting big chunk yards. If y'all weren't paying attention, there was one touchdown that was set up so well because they really bit on the run, even though the run was never popping.
Yes.
But these are the little things. The Lions are not that far off. They got the running backs to run the ball. They have a line to push people to run the ball. They have a tight end who can be a threat to run the ball. And they still have a quarterback who, while I have already waved the white flag on him, I still say they have enough in him to get something done. We can be the same thing that the Bengals were, going from worst to first. But nope, nobody's going to be willing to accept that, because that would mean that we have to now admit that we're wrong. That's part of adulthood. When you're grown, you can admit that you're wrong.
Maturity. Oh, yeah.
Now, Rumble,
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna bring it into a place where I'm gonna let you go in.
Okay.
Because now that the Lions see this, where do the Lions go forward from here? How do they continue to show to this fan base who refuse to buy in, who refuse to want to see things that are being different, who just think that Dan Campbell's a meathead and should not have on what they call that, the damn racing helmet, and he shouldn't be talking about biting off kneecaps, and no one cares. Tell me what did they learn out of this?
They learned they should have learned that you want what we're showing right now. You want a coach who cares. You want a team who cares about one another. You want people who want to win. Like Stafford wanted to win. That's all he wanted to do. That's why he re-signed a contract. That's why he stayed here. He wanted to give Detroit. He's like, my mission is to get you guys a chip. But that wasn't their mission. Their mission wasn't trying to get a chip. So now that we have the pieces in place, now that we have a part of the Rams organization who helped draft that team that was in the Super Bowl, I feel pretty damn good. I feel pretty damn good moving forward. The fact that we have coordinators who other teams are asking to be either a coordinator or a coach, I feel good about that right there. Our fan base, listen, you can say the same old lines, but you after this year, you're gonna have to hold your tongue, because now we get to rebuild, because we see what we traded. But we already knew who Stafford was. He was the quickest to 30,000, quickest to 40,000, quickest to 50,000 on the Lions, on a Lion team that only went to one wild card game against Dallas. Like, you can't, and he's the quickest to 30, 40, 50,000 yards. Come on, man. We knew this guy was Hall of Fame talent. It's just
plus those people who argue against this only do this for the sake of their ego. They were waiting week in and week out for just the smallest slip. I had somebody literally go to me. He was so good. How come he didn't win the MVP? The person who won the MVP, people didn't think he should have won it. Stop playing with me.
Yes.
He didn't do nothing until. I'm gonna leave it alone. Also, I want people to understand something else. Because the Lions have a lot of key components that will set them up for success. And what I mean by that is this. Scratch this past season. I don't care how many games they had that was close. I don't care about it's the intangibles. They were fighting until the end, right?
Yes.
And the thing that jumps out to me the most is when you look at this team, you know that they're going to add it, which is why it drives me nuts when I see all these mock drafts where we're only taking 3 out of our 10 picks for defensive players. I don't know what the hell they was watching. I don't know why they keep making mock drafts with this, but we should have a defensive heavy draft again, with very few offensive players, and that's the truth.
I agree. We knew where our strength is in these coordinators. It clearly is the secondary, and I got into a spat with some other, and I'm not badmouthing nobody, but with some other Lion YouTubers who didn't agree with my assessment at number 2, and people forget that, me wanting to take Hamilton is simply my decision and my choice, and it's because of I have 5 reasons why I would take this guy. He's a leader. Our secondary coach and our DC are both secondary specialists. There's nobody in this draft who I feel like can be an immediate impact, whether it be the line, whether it be a quarterback, whether it be a wide receiver. This guy wants to play ball. And then 5, he chose to sit out after he was injured. He chose to sit out a bowl game because he was focused on getting his body right, so that he could be an immediate impact, so that he could get drafted and show the world why he was drafted so high. So we everybody's, oh yeah, we need a line, we need line, we need line, but we forget yesterday that yeah, the line made plays, but there were times where they made plays because not of blitzing, because the secondary locked everybody up. They played their zone, they played good,
Mm-hmm.
and Burrow had to hold on to the ball. Burrow
Yep.
was running like trying to hold on to the ball, and it gave the lineman time to get in there. Like, I don't understand that.
And you know what else I realized too that is intriguing to me as people roll in here, and I see a lot of old names coming back. Shout out to y'all for joining us today. It's always funny to me how we can't ever see the game plan to be like something. I keep saying that, when are we going to do it the Lions way? And they finally doing it the Lions way, and people are panicked.
Mm.
Oh, show me. I'm from the show me state. No, not gonna do that. All you have to do is ask them to do it the Lions way. Well, the Lions way is losing. You still hurt. I know that she broke your heart. But the new chick you with don't need to pay for them problems. And that new chick is Sheila Ford. Oh, her name still isn't Ford. Well, there's a lot of people who got weird last names that had poor history, but we don't keep sticking on that. Let's just focus on what's going on right now. The Lions got a coach who the players believe in. Damn all the rest. Usually you get that like player talk from people who be like, yeah, like Jim Caldwell's a great coach, but they generally was like people that he already had worked with, or it's like people that that liked them for whatever their personal reasons was. But I'm just saying, you have to be able to just see the forest before the trees. And to me, the Lions are in prime position to do it their way. Now, this is the other thing that I want y'all to stop focusing on. Stop focusing on who won the damn trade. Like, I don't know if y'all ever heard this, but fair exchange is not robbery. I mean, damn it. Could it be possible that it worked out for both teams? Could it?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
Man,
I mean, it's just so many differences. I mean, like this right here from Greg People says we need to do something special soon, or we will lose all of our special coaches soon. When's the last time we had that problem? When's the last time we had that problem where they just stealing our coaches? Where did that come from?
Yeah,
it ain't different though. What do you need to see at this point? And that's my question to you in the chat and to other people who are going to come and watch it later. What do you need to see at this point to believe that the Lions are not only headed in the right direction, they are on track to being a team that gets things over the hump? And as soon as that happened, knowing those people who wanted that guy on the screen out, who said that guy couldn't and can't and won't and shouldas and blah, blah, blah and couldas and watch he be garbage. It's people who's talking so much trash. I ain't seen their name yet. I know you listening. Right? That ain't saying nothing. And I'm just saying, what do you have to see at this point? At this point, what must you see? I don't get it.
I agree with you there. What more do you need to see? Like, we got to understand this was a rebuild, but we also got to understand that with his first draft, he brought in immediate surgeons within this team. He got rid of Patricia's trash, and he brought in players that have made immediate impact. And like you said, to be fair, like, we were close in some of those games, so that's definitely going to be a uptick in my eyes, because you drafted players who came in here and got to work right away, who didn't who embraced it, who knew what they were getting themselves into, but they embraced it. And I think Dan Campbell put players in positions to win games or lose them, but at least he put players in positions to do that. So I can't be upset with what I saw at the first year. I just hope that the second year, yeah, we do improve. Hopefully we do have 5, 6, 7, 8 wins. But yeah, this is a great time to to go through the rebuild, because now we have 2 or 3 teams in our division who are going through the rebuild, who are
Yep.
now getting new coaches.
Yep.
Like you said, could potentially be new schemes, could potentially be new players throwing the football or catching football or
Yep.
cap issues. So I'm glad we got that out of the way. Um, Now we just sit back and see what they got planned for us in this draft.
Not to mention, we also have to take into account that while those other teams are working on their rebuild, another team is trying to figure out its cap situation. And they're not going to be able to keep all their talent. And this is another thing, because y'all gonna want to hear me tomorrow on Man Hour when I'm going off about these diva quarterbacks. All these quarterbacks who keep complaining they don't got no help and no weapons, but won't take no damn pay cuts, and then sit back and look at Tom Brady like he's so amazing, not realizing his ass take pay cuts. But we're gonna leave that alone for tomorrow.
Yeah.
In the meantime, understand that this Lions team is not that far off. I've asked y'all a question before. How many players are they away? Is this a coach you believe in? Do you believe in the general manager? Yeah, I got people talking about trade value as if though that makes a difference. I don't care what the trade value is if the person works. If you mess around and go in the 5th round and take Kenneth Walker from Michigan State, and he becomes the next I don't know, Larry Johnson or who? Let me see. What's a running back? I don't give a care who the hell your name. Give me some like Thurman Thomas. I mean, he become the next whatever. Who cares where you took him?
Right.
The Lions are not a team to be understood. And this idea that just selling a team will fix all problems is another myth by you. Tanking is another myth by you. That's why the Dolphins owner is about to lose his team, because if them rumors come out that he got proof that he told him to tank, he's losing the team. You know why? Because it don't work and it's bad for business.
Yes. Yep. And to me, in my opinion, it should go down that way, because what are you saying to the fans where you don't punish these people? You know what I mean? It just builds, it makes your product look like crap. Let's be honest.
Yep.
So I wouldn't want to support a team who, I got season tickets that 1 year and come to find out they lost every game. It's like, I'm not getting any value out of that. I came there to watch you guys win. I came there to watch you guys perform. And now to hear that you guys tanked, that's like me just throwing money while I got the car window down, just throwing money out the car door window. Like, I'm not cool with that.
No,
I'm not cool with that at all.
No, and shout out to Mike Thomas. We need to draft John Cena with the 2nd pick. No team could see us. You know the scary part about it, though, Mike? Ironically, and then this gonna sound ironic, but if there's a player, and I know what you're doing because he did the little can't see me thing, but the truth is there. Think of John Cena, who's a fictional character, who's an actor, right? Just think of that. Just think of that whole entire look anyway. If the Lions could get a player with that type of work ethic and that type of drive to want to be bigger and great and better than what they said, just think how much better this team is going to be, especially when you're talking about getting those picks in the top. You have to be able to see. Oh, just for the record, I still don't think teams tank. I don't. I think that's probably why he got mad at him and fired him. Like, oh, you're gonna do what you want. He was refusing to do it. He said he did.
Yeah,
he said he refused to do it. That's why I think he got mad. I don't think that they're strategically tanking. I think that when people say that the NFL has the ability to be rigged, that's very possible, because I've seen some calls and I'm like, okay. And I've also seen where some bets have been placed in a certain way where they keep things close. Like the point spread for that game, I think, was 4.5. And they won by 3. I mean,
yep.
Shocking.
You go figure that out. Yeah.
It's shocking.
Yeah. Why are we not surprised?
Yeah.
So I think, let's just be honest. Like, what minority coach would want to tank? What minority coach would want to ruin his reputation and record to support a team who he knows is not going to have his back? So, okay, they get all their pieces in there. And now, because he hasn't been winning for 3 seasons, and now that they have all their pieces, guess who can come in? You got somebody who can come in like Kevin O'Connell. Like, it's like, so to me, I give him kudos for bringing that to the forefront. I give him kudos for not being the only one to say something about that. So now moving forward, now other fans and other people are going to be watching the NFL closely, because now we just found out about Dan Snyder. Now he might be losing his team. So we got to wait to see what kind of dirt he goes in and crates and digs out, because we noticed what he did with John Gruden, because that whole thing came from his neck of the woods. It was text messages and emails from, because there was already some. So I mean, it's a dirty game, So, but shout out to Micro Mike, man. What's up, man?
Now, let me do this. I'm finna get ready to put the link out there for those of you who want to join. Hopefully, American Football Network want to join and hop in here. So hopefully they still in the building. But they want to jump in and join. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I just got one rule. You ain't gotta agree with me. You ain't even gotta like what I'm saying. But when you come into this realm, understand that I may not agree with you, and I may not like what you're saying, but it's just sports talk. It's nothing more. Don't take it personal. Don't get caught up in it. Let's have fun and talk ball. The link is in the description. Very simple rules. Respect the people on this panel. We'll respect you. And two, if you're I just need you to show your face in the background. But once you show your face that one time and I acknowledge that I see you, I bring you on, you can cut your camera off. It's that simple. All right. Go Lion says, Sheila in 18 months, fire Quin. Fire Matty P. Got help from Barry and Chris Spielman. Hire Brad Holmes. MCDC traded Stafford for 3 picks and a quarterback. Won 3 games. Hosted Senior Bowl. Seeing Stafford win a Super Bowl. What a busy time. I mean,
I hear you.
It's so different. It's one of them things. It's one of them things, right? So as people start to come in, again, this is y'all time to come in. Y'all come onto the show and y'all chime in. I see you in the background, Don. I see you, Gunner. I see you, Crimson. Just hold tight. I'm going to do it one at a time this time instead of having it community based. And I see Malik is in. We're going to work through it quickly, and I'll give everybody their time to talk. Gunner, you up first, bro? What's going on?
Yo, up.
Not much, man. What you got for us, man?
Oh, shit. I don't have time to think.
Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday.
Yep. I know.
Oh, yeah,
happy birthday. You moving on. Look, what did you turn today, bro? What did you turn?
25.
25.
Had a baby. Man.
That's what's up, man. All right, what you got for the people, man? Tell me. If you're not ready, I'll take you out and bring somebody else in.
No, you know what yesterday kind of reminded me of that game? It reminded me a little bit of a playoff game against the Buccaneers they had, where it seemed like Stafford's whole team was trying to throw the game. I mean, Jalen Ramsey was getting burnt. Receivers were dropping passes. The one like third tight end who was supposed to slide and catch the ball just batted it in the air for no reason. It's like, what are y'all doing, bro?
Man.
But I thought both team receivers didn't do them no favors. And I thought that the coaches didn't do them no favors in that game too.
No, bro. Like I was like, bro, McVay is the best worst coach I've ever seen.
the best worst coach?
Yes. He be doing so much dumb shit, but gets away with it. It pisses me off.
That third quarter, he kind of looked like he didn't know what he was doing. He kind of was looking up in the stands like, oh my God, what?
Or I was he kept feeding a guy who tore his Achilles not too long ago. Kept feeding him the ball. Like, bro, just start playing Sony Michel, bro. He's not bad.
No, he's Super Bowl champion.
Or even Trey Henderson. Like, he was doing pretty well.
That's awesome.
On the couple snaps he got, a few opportunities he was given.
Man.
Look, awesome. I got a full house. I want to give everybody their chance to shine. You got anything else for the show, bro?
Oh yeah. People who are so upset about Matthew Stafford winning, keep moving the goalpost. Shut up. Get over it. He won. Get over it. Quit moving the goalpost. He got a ring.
Yeah, they ain't got none of my business. I'm just here so I don't get fined. All right, man, Ghost. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming through. Next up, we have my man Don 19 coming to the show. Don, what you got for the people?
What up, fellas?
Don, what's up, man?
Don, we today don't choose violence. Don't be trying to come at StreamYard today, okay?
It's not even StreamYard this time. It's the Ford. I'm losing so much faith right now, bro. Like, it's just It's so frustrating, bro. Like,
Why? But why? Why are you losing faith? Why are you so frustrated?
I don't even know, bro. Like, this team, this organization. I mean, Stafford, 1 year, he just holding up the Super Bowl trophy. It just, I don't know, bro. Like, we could draft Kyle Hamilton, we could draft Boy Mafe and Aiden Hutchinson all at the same time.
With
It
Kobe
still
Dean.
ain't with no with no Kobe Dean. It's still not gonna work. Like,
Well,
I'm losing faith.
Let me help you. It'll work, and the reason it'll work is because they're following the same formula that Jimmy Johnson followed. Get a bunch of guys in here who was hungry. Now, if they followed that formula to the T, we would have traded Calvin Johnson and would have had tons of draft capital. Probably would have had enough arsenal to even trade it to get a Joe Burrow. Could have even probably used Stafford in that trade to get a Joe Burrow if you were so high on him or some other guy. But instead, we held on to a receiver who essentially played, 1 or 2 more years and said it's been fun. I love the ganja and I'm out. So, yeah. But I can tell you this much. Do not lose faith in what's going on because the process has always been hard. If you think about your own life, right, you don't know this, but somebody wiped your butt. Somebody used to put a little nipple, if not a titty, in your mouth, right? This all happened, right? But as time went on, the process was trusted, and you learned to do things for yourself. And you grew up to become an intelligent young man and do all these things. That's because that's the process. Well, it's the same thing in sports. You have to allow the process to take its shape and then see what it becomes. You're going to have kids one day if you don't have them already, and you're going to do everything in your power to try to raise the best kids. They're still going to walk around and probably tell somebody F you, and that's the reality of it. So you have to let the process play out. Okay, and that's the difference. That's the difference.
Right. Don Burr, I've been a fan since 2007.
Okay.
Yes, how long I've been a fan since 2007.
I ain't mad at you.
It just, bro, like, I cannot believe Stafford is a Super Bowl champ, bro.
Well, we
after
knew it was
1 year.
We knew
You know what's crazy? We knew this was gonna happen, but it still stings.
Yeah, we knew it was coming. And you could tell, like, that they looked like the Los Angeles Lions yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, Odell went down. They had another, I believe, tight end go down. They had him in a sling or something, and then his receivers forgot how to catch a ball.
Mm-hmm.
It just looked like a lot of misfits out there, but somehow he dialed in and got it done. And this is what we expected from Stafford. Like, he doesn't need much. He just needs, 1 or 2 chances, and lo and behold, I was damn near in tears last night.
100%, man.
I was damn near in tears last night because, he showed Detroit love in the pregame.
Yeah.
So there's no hating on his end. So for so many of us Lions fans to be hating on this dude, it breaks my heart as a Lions fan because I'm like, dude, he's our child. He grew up in Detroit. His babies were born here. His two of his babies were born here, and it's like his wife had cancer and went through surgery there in Detroit.
Yeah.
Like, so there's so much history with him there, and there's so much history and so much that he gave us year in and year out with not a lot of talent on his team, and probably 7 or 8 coaches. Like, it's just, I don't get it. It's not his fault. Like Luke G was saying earlier, it's not his fault.
You got to have pieces around him. I heard all the excuses for why Patrick Mahomes keeps sucking in big games, but that's another story. But appreciate Don. Don't go nowhere. I'll do the community after I get everybody 1-on-1. Okay.
All right. Appreciate it.
Hold tight.
All right, Don.
Next up on the list, my man's Crimson Shadow. I see you back there, Anthony and Malik. Hold tight for me, man. Crimson Shadow, man. What up, though?
Welcome.
What's up, guys? Been a while.
What's going on, man?
Man, what you got for the show today, bro?
Well, to say on his part, everyone keeps saying what they're fans, because I see some guys in here from 1970. Did not know that the day we bought the Lions, the day when JFK died. That cannot be true. If that's true, oh my God.
That blew my mind. If that's true, I don't know. I'm not even going to try to look it up. That's real eerie.
That's some real bad juju. But I've been a fan since 2000. So I can barely remember as a kid, Charlie Batch, Joey Harrington, Moonball Garcia, Dante Culpepper, John Kitna. Dan Orlovsky, Sean, I've seen some crap over the years. And here's my take on why Stafford never succeeded here and why what I've seen over here that's the biggest problem. It's a really white and black sort of thing. It's a sense that you'll have your great players, like you've got your Calvin Johnsons, you've got your Ndamukong Suhs, you've got your Darius Slay. But what do you got to pair him with? Okay, you got Stonehands Johnson. You might have had something with Young, but he was a bit of a nutcase. Who else do you got?
He was still good, though. He was still good.
It was all right.
Which one? Young? I mean, yeah, Young was great,
Titus
but
Young.
Great nutcase. Yes, Titus Young. Thank you. But that's the thing. You'd have great players, but you'd have no one to pair them with because we've always had GMs that were extremely inconsistent. And don't get me started on the second round curse. What do we got? Tease, Tabor, Jelani Tavai. I forget any of the other second round.
But that
never
that's systematic, though.
Not with Levi on the true. You can blame on Bob Quinn. And on top of that, we've missed on so many draft picks. So with us missing on draft picks, what happens? You got free agency problems. And it's not a cheapness problem with Detroit. The problem is players go to teams that win. They don't want to go to suck teams. And if they want to come to you, you got to pay. Look at Flowers. Look at Justin Coleman. We pay. How do you think we get in the cap space? It's not a matter because we're cheap. We're not the Bengals. So it's a matter of we have to pay them just to be here. Yeah, that's why this team is
not to mention that there was not even a coach here worth playing for. Like if I'm going to suck, I might as well get paid to do the easy job, right? Like if let's say for example I hire you to make pieces for me, right? I'm going to start Luke G's Pizzeria, right? And I've showed you exactly how to make the pizza, but every time you make it, instead of you putting pizza sauce, you putting hot sauce, ranch dressing, Italian dressing. You just can't get the pizza right, but I'm still paying you top dollar, and my customers are constantly frustrated and angry, and you're still pumping out these nasty pieces. Eventually, what's going to happen is one, I'm going to have to get rid of you to survive, or two, I'm going to get out of business because I've gave too much energy and time to you in the first place. So I'm just saying, when you see these people who come in here, that's been the problem. They didn't come in here because of who was coaching. They didn't until Dan Campbell came. They didn't come in here because who was the general manager until Brad Holmes and Dorsey and all them came. Those things are little things that change everything, and that's where I see a difference in this team. What else you got for us before I go to the next person, though?
Okay. My other thing is, I think as a fan base, we're the last people that should be judging quarterbacks. We can't judge golf. We can't. I'm sorry. There's no judging in this.
Hey, even I had to think about it. Even I had to think about it.
Yes. Nobody here can judge. Why draft a QB? If he's already been there, you want an example of why I'm not judging golf? Go look at the Ravens. Go look at the Bears. Go look at the Broncos. Every team wins on defense. Look at Stafford. How did he win? Defense. Aaron Donald sacking the living crap out of Joe Burrow. You're telling me, like, look at the last Super Bowl. How did Patrick Mahomes fare against Tampa Bay? I wonder. It's always defense, and we've never had a consistent defense. The only time I've ever seen consistent defenses is in 2014 and 2012. Every other defense we've had, garbage when it comes to short passes. I've never seen a linebacker here since left.
Defense is a big part of the puzzle, but don't leave out the run game because even when you go back to the Eric Kramer 1991 team, they had defense in the run game with Barry, and Eric Kramer just needed to keep the ship afloat. So, yeah, you're hitting on a lot of good points, man. If you want to hang around for the community talk, just hang up in the background. You can still hear us and stuff. I'm bringing in our next guest, all right? All right, people. I mean, Rumble, they coming in hot today.
Oh, man, Crimson was on one. I love it, man. I love it. These are real fans right here. These are the ones we respect and love right here.
Now, I know what's going to happen when I bring in Mr. Mills. I know what Malik going to do. Malik going to say something about Aiden Hutchinson. I guarantee you, he got to say something about Aiden Hutchinson.
That's fine.
Every time. Now, I'm going to take it because I told it's open forum. Malik, you in the building. What up, though?
First, let me say this. Finally, Malik Mills is back on Luke G. What's up, Luke?
What's going on, bro? Appreciate that. I like what you did there. I like that. What you got for us, man?
So first, what I got for y'all, I'm happy that Stafford won the Super Bowl and all that, but it's time to move on from that now. It's time to start thinking about the 2022 off season. That's in the past. That happened yesterday. Today's the future. The present, the future, whatever how you want to look at it, and start thinking about what the Lions gonna do in free agency. Because this free agency, we can't be playing Connect Four or checkers. We got to be playing chess. We got to be the masterminds and not the pawns or the rooks or whatever we used to be back in the 2016s, the 2017s, whatever. We got to be the bishops, the kings, all the powerful pieces on the chessboard. Because
Well,
if we want to be a good team in 2022, 2023, and beyond, it starts from this year. So like I said on the last time, I like what Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell is talking, but talk is cheap. You gotta put your money where your mouth is.
I
and this
agree.
is true. This is true. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
go
agree.
ahead. Go ahead, Rumble. You got it.
Oh, I agree, Malik Mills. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, we knew this year was going to be a toss-up. We knew we weren't going to win that many games, but now, since this group can do 3 wins, now they have to improve. Now, what's the next step? I agree with you on that. You got to show us something else now. Now you have another draft. Now we need to start signing these guys who we know are going to produce for us, and let these other guys go. And we need to get our cap space back right. We need to make Detroit not only a free agent destination, but a draft destination. I don't want to hear
Yeah,
draft picks talking about they don't want to be here. I don't want to hear free agents talking about, oh, I don't want to go play there. Like you said, now is the
yeah,
time to put up or shut up. So I agree with you.
yeah.
Now, Tactical Puma says watching the game yesterday was like watching your girlfriend cheat on you. It's rough. That's tough. I mean, the reality is if you believed in him, it was hard to watch. If you didn't believe in him, it was hard to watch because that means he proved you wrong. And some people had a hard time just accepting that and being like, all right, damn it, I was wrong. But it is what it is. But go ahead, though, Malik.
And then one more thing I want to say. I keep hearing you talk about Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the only top flight safety out there, Luke. If you get
No,
what I'm
no, no, no,
saying.
no, no, no. He's not.
You,
He's not the only top flight safety. But I'll give you an example I gave someone before. If I got a chance to give you a cool, brand new, shiny, clean, never touched, seen before $100 bill, or hell, I'll break the price down $1,000 covered in piss. Which one would you take?
which one would I take? The clean $100 bill.
Would you?
Yes, the clean $100 bill.
Okay. Well, if you would take the clean $100 bill, then in that case, I understand where you can put your value in. However, for me, I can always clean money. It's already had other drugs snorted off of it anyway, been in ass pockets and everything. I can care less. I'm taking $1,000. And at the end of the day, it's because I know that there's a better value in me having $1,000 versus that clean $100 bill. That, so it doesn't mean much for me at that point. When I look at people like Kyle Hamilton, I'm going to show you why there's a difference. I don't know if you was paying attention, and everybody forgets this guy because he hurt himself and he retired. But Eric Waddle made a huge difference as a safety for them. Huge. And when you go over to Jesse Bates, the biggest problem was Von Bell, the other safety. They literally picked on him. Stafford and them just kept picking on Von Bell, confused them and had them lost in the sauce. So when you're talking about taking another safety, you're probably getting the second best. You could be getting the first best. You never know. But here's what I know. I know that none of them have the measurables, the skill set, the speed, and the intelligence in the range of this person. I remember seeing this thing on one of the channels where they were talking about the advanced stats of the sports, and they said Calvin Johnson has the catch radius of a garage, a 2-car garage. And that's how I feel about Kyle Hamilton.
But
Teams
let me
avoided
give
him.
you. Let me get. And I'm gonna say I hope I can come back on later because I got some more stuff. But I want to say, I want to say the safety who is the best safety in the draft. You ready?
Yep.
Dax Hill.
Okay.
Dax Hill is the best safety in the draft.
Okay. Now, correct me if I'm right or wrong. He's from Michigan, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you a Michigan fan, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, that explains it right there. Thank you for coming on. We let me put the music for you for that one right there.
But
we knew exactly what that was when you went through it. You have already hyped up Aiden Hutchinson. Now you hyping up him, and I know what you think. You think you slick. I know what's coming next. Next is David Ajobu or whatever his name is. I see you, Malik. I see you.
All right, but I hope I can come back on later because I want some more stuff I want to say too.
Hey, hold tight in the background, and I'm finna do community after I talk to the next person. All right.
All right. Cool.
All right, Malik Mills.
You see how he did that? You see how he keeps sliding these damn Michigan players into this draft?
Wolverine
at least two
or
3 of them. Bro, every draft we getting these Michigan players. He think he's slick. He think. I mean, seriously. Look, Dax Hill, Michigan blinders on big time here. Tell me about it. Speaking of the man who says that, he's coming in the building. My man Anthony from Royal Lion UK. Anthony, you say this is he clearly got a bias and a hard on for some people. I mean, Josh Ross coming up next to. He says, guys, hear me out. Josh Ross is a first round talent for somebody, not the Lions. Not the
Anthony,
Lions.
welcome.
Hey, welcome. Thank you for having me. Love you two guys. Love the show that you're doing together now, and it's really good to listen to. So yeah, thanks for having me. And
what you got for us, Anthony? I know you finna come and upset a lot of people, so let me just, Anthony, I want you to take a deep breath before you offend a lot of people with the knowledge you finna drop. Don't go in too hard. Be gentle. It's the first time, okay?
No, okay. I'm not doing draft. I'm in a bad mood today, and you've probably never seen me in a bad mood before. We're very calm, us British. We sit here and wait in an argument for our turn. That's just how we are. But I'm not in a good mood today. Obviously, we've had all this stuff all season. Stafford has been at the Rams. There's been a lot of focus from the Lions over there, unhealthily, I believe, in my aspect. Some of it, I love him. He's got his ring today, but I wake up this morning and I think maybe it's all over. Maybe we're going to be looking towards our future here. And what do I see this morning in the Lions fan base? I see all this rubbish about the Detroit Rams, all this rubbish going on there. People arguing with one another, all this crap. It's embarrassing, quite frankly, just this argument that we're having there. I see people trashing the organization. Oh my God, the Lions are bad. Stafford's been gone a year. He's won a Super Bowl. The Lions are trash. I see people point scoring with one another over Matthew Stafford. And that's what it is. It's point scoring. Oh, you thought it was good. Oh, you thought it was bad. Yada, yada, yada. All I'm seeing is division and arguments between people. And I'm like, where's your focus? That is in the past. Why are you not looking at your future now? For the first time in a long time, we have an owner who gets it, who cares about the football, who cares about this club, about this franchise, who's brought people in to do what needs to be done. We have a GM who is competent at his job, who drafts well, who gets this problem again. We have a head coach who inspires his players for the first time in a long time, inspires me to follow him there. We have a set of coaches who are sought over after the league, which we've not had in a long time. I see players who are developing at a rate I've not seen in a long time. Undrafted free agents, rookies. I see a team who is developing nicely, who is fighting hard, who is gritty and determined. I see a period coming up over the free agency and the draft where we've shown we can be good at this now. For the first time, we have an offensive line. We have a running game. And what are people doing? They're arguing with one another over the past. It's pitiful. It's pathetic. And it's just really getting to me now, because if we're just going to sit in the past and go, oh my God, we've been terrible in that. There's a well-known phrase, those who live in the past are doomed to repeat it. Well, I've got a new one though. Those who live in the past with their head in the sand are never going to see their bright future that's coming up on them. And
Amen,
it's
Anthony.
About time we focused on what we have here and now. I'm sick and tired of seeing the franchise get dragged when over the last year we've seen a noticeable change in direction, a better change in direction to a brighter future here. And I just wish people would stop focusing elsewhere. I love Matthew. He's got his ring now. leave him in the past where he belongs. That's where he belongs. That's where all this belongs.
I believe that not only are you right? Not only do I believe are you right, but I also believe that I'm entitled to this month patty party. I get to be a little patty today just because you don't see some of the things that get said to me. I've never been more crazy. So today is a day of reckoning.
Hey, Luke, I get that, Luke.
I'm just here to have a little fun. But the real truth is this, though. I'm trying to get people to focus on the fact that their view of one player as being the problem is always been repeated. Before it was Matthew Stafford, it was Charlie Batch. Before it was Charlie Batch, it was Scott Linehan, it was Eric Kramer, it was Rodney Peete, it was Andre Ware, or whatever the other damn dude name is. It was always somebody's fault. It was Joey Harrington. People don't even understand how Joey Harrington got done with that terrible coaching staff. And my point that I be trying to make to people is this. Take this, let you feel the burn, let you feel the sting. You don't gotta be right. You don't even gotta be wrong. But I have to point this out, that at the end of the day, you still have to be able to come to the table and say, you know what has happened is a trend of people leaving this team and somehow performing at a higher level on other teams. And it starts at the coach. It's literally starts at the coach. Once I can get fans to understand, to identify the problem, they can then I need to go into the steps of trying to hopefully get them to understand how we need to go towards building this team, how we need to go towards setting this team up to be better, and how we need to get this team in a direction to where it's not only winning games, but contending legitimately towards getting towards the Super Bowl. You can't get that when you allow people to not acknowledge the past. I can't move forward in anything I do without acknowledging the past so I can let it go. It happens on every level. Relationships, whether it be friendships, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. It has to be acknowledged before it can be healed and let go. And that's why I'm on my patty party today, because there's a lot of people who just didn't get that simple message. That's what that was, Anthony.
Hey, Luke, yeah, you more than anyone deserve to do that. I remember, you've told me the story about Akuda, the hate you got from that. And, you do your research on these things. And I know that if you're wrong about an issue, you will also say you're wrong about it. So I get, I let you indulge in this sort of thing. But I just mean as a whole, it's disheartening to see how people are just more concerned about fighting amongst one another for cheap shots, rather than looking at what goes on now. You were talking earlier about how, how we've not been successful for so many years, how players go elsewhere and become successful with other teams. But what we've seen this year is that players can come here and be successful with us. Charles Harris was on his way out this league, and now he is one of the in-demand edge rushers here. We have 4 undrafted free agents, 2 of whom are maybe starters on this team, 2 of them high-level rotational depth pieces now. We've not had this before. Players are coming here and doing well because of the coaching structure we have here, and I'm tired of hearing about the past and now. You look now at what is in front of you, and you see a change in trend. That change needs to continue, and you will keep a close eye on it. But what I am seeing right now is a book of all these negative trends of the past.
Right.
And, I just wish people would come together and acknowledge that more, because what we have here is potentially something very special. And to just be arguing about another player or arguing about an amalgamation of 2 franchises, the Detroit Rams, is just... It makes me so mad. And I'm not preaching to others and saying what you can and can't believe, but I'm saying, look, that's over now. You've got to stop this at some point along the way. And
you know what? You know the scary part about it, Anthony? It won't stop. And I'm going to tell you, it won't stop, because I have been pointing out our bad fan base for the longest. I see you in the back, Rage. Thank you for joining us. I see you in the back for the answer in a second. It won't stop until fans take a second to truly understand the history, to better understand where we're currently at. When you understand how bad it was and the direction it was going and how bad it was, you can appreciate it now. They look at people like me, you, Rumble, and other people who are excited for it as like being out of their damn mind. But the reality is We cannot move forward until we are able to truly analyze and adapt to the past to understand the current future. I'm going to put you in the background for community. I hope you don't go nowhere.
Thank
I'm
you,
going to bring
Anthony,
in
for that
Rage.
one. Wow.
Rage. What up, though?
Wow.
I can't hear a thing, y'all. I see that I'm in the show
Rage.
now. I can't hear you guys. I'm having some technical difficulties.
We hear you.
I thank you for allowing me to join. Like I said, I can't hear a thing you guys are saying, so I'm sorry if I'm cutting anybody off. But I just wanted to interject a little bit, right? So I'm flying a little bit blind here. For all of you guys that don't know me, I'm Detroit Rage, and I just want to say that, and I want to apologize again because I can't hear a dang thing you guys are saying. I should have tested this before I started it. So, you know, the thing with the Lions, this right here is just a direct evidence that we had the winner all along, right? And we just didn't build around the team, you know. Right now, everybody's, you know, getting hung up on this Detroit Rams thing, and all of that is kind of like a metaphor, you know what I mean? And what I mean by that is you can kind of put it together, and this is the first time I ever mentioned it. The first time I ever mentioned this way of thinking, it was when Avery was having a live show with Mobby. And I said the problem with Detroit Lions fans is that Detroit Lions fans have battered wife syndrome, right? They're always apologetic to their abusive husband, which is the Detroit Lions franchise. They're always apologetic. They're always wanting to make excuses for them. They're always wanting to give them time to rebuild, right? When the NFL isn't built like that, and it's more of a, what have you done for me lately? You know what I mean? So, you know, this franchise haven't done anything for its fan base. And with that being said, when you have a battered fan base that has been abused and they know they have a gut feeling that this was their guy, they've been waiting for this man, right? And I explained this to Derek. I said, listen, I quit messing with the Lions in 1999. I was a lot younger back then. And the reason I quit messing with the Lions because I was more of a personal fan then, right? Because I was a big Jordan fan, and you know, Barry Sanders was like the football version of Jordan. So he was like my favorite player. I had number 20 jersey, the whole nine. So when he left, I was like, man, I'm done with him. You know, it took me learning that, oh, what we needed was a quarterback. So when I seen the quarterback come back to Detroit, yeah, it took 15 years for me to come back to this team. It took that long, you know, and a lot of times fans are left with that option, either just quit messing with the team or find the one glimpse of hope and then hang on to him. So when you wholesale this man, when you know that you have faith in this man, right, that all you had to do is build around him and you chose not to, you know what I mean? It leaves everybody frustrated. And then you got people that are so simple-minded. They're like, oh, Stafford solved the problems. Stafford's a bum. He's a number one pick. He should be able to carry us to the promised land on his back, regardless of how many points the defense allows. You know, that's just crazy thinking. And that's the kind of thinking that this fan base has been just based around all the time. And it's wild. I find it so disturbingly wild that our fan base doesn't have better common sense, you know. And this right here, this football, this Super Bowl, you know, this football game yesterday was direct evidence of what every Stafford fan believed, and they were right. Now they get to bask in that glory. And these haters or whatever you want to call them, they don't have the right. And neither do YouTubers like myself, neither do YouTubers like Derek have the right to tell these fans how to feel. If they want to have a parade on Woodward, so be it, bro. So be it. You have that right because you suffered. You sat here and you got battered by your husband. You know what I mean? It's time for you to say, yeah, you at 520 Clinton Street, my baby. You in jail now. You feel me? It's jail time for you. That's what that parade on Woodward represents. It's jail time for you. You feel me? And what are these fans left to do? You feel me? What are they left to do? Oh yeah, I'm gonna wait for this rebuild. I'm gonna wait for this rebuild. I'm gonna wait for it from a coach that literally cries on a presser when he got out coached by coaches that are no longer in employed. You know, like Nagy. Where's Nagy right now? At the unemployment line. But hey, we didn't even bite his kneecaps. We got down on our knees and we did something else. So, I honestly, man, I can't get sold on the sauce when the sizzle don't smell good. You know what I mean? And none of this smelled good from the beginning. And to be honest with you, after the results, we could have gotten 3 first rounders that are 32nd picks, and we still don't get enough, because in order to get enough in return to make it like worthwhile, we would have to make sure these guys deliver us to the promised land, and they're just not. So that's just my take about it. And I'm sorry that I couldn't conversate with you guys. I wish I could have. So I ain't gonna take up much of your show. I thank you for your time listening to me. This is your boy Detroit.Sports, man. I love all you guys, and man, I hope that this draft renders us some real studs, man. Because if it don't, we in some big trouble, So thanks a lot, man. Thanks for having me.
100%,
we appreciate it, Detroit.Sports, man.
Rumble, you saw that though. He came in and lit everything on fire. I'm bringing all the people back in for community, bro.
I love that brother's energy, man.
Listen. He equated it to battered women syndrome. Anybody agree, disagree, have any views on that? Thought was you, Anthony?
Oh God. I don't know. I guess the analogy in there is, you leave and go on and find something new. I think a sports team's a little bit different of an analogy to that. But what is the point if you can't see the future or the hope anymore? What is the point at the end of the day? It's easy to just go, oh, you know what? It's going to be rubbish. We're going to draft rubbish. We're going to get bad free agents. We're just going to go back to the start again in 2 years. We're going to be rebuilding. It's easy. That's the easy way out, to just see the pain again. The hard thing to do is really look forward and see the positives, but they're there. They're right in front of you. When was the time you last saw people who were so positive about something? The fan base, for the large parts, has been very receptive of us. Hell, even the national media has been nice about Campbell, which is rare. Yeah. And if you're going to ignore all these signs and go, you know what? Because it's the easy, popular thing to do. It's what the media do. The media love to rag on the Lions because it's a cheap, easy take for them and something that they might well get right, even though they've got no evidence to do so. That's the easy way out. The hard way is to see the positives and to actually, try and believe there.
I'm going to respectfully disagree. I think that the hard way is to see it in a negative light. I think the easy way is to see what's happening, because for me, it's easy to see the changes. I've already seen things that just don't happen. And Rumble, you probably can contest it. I'll give you the minute to talk about it, but does it not feel different? Does it not look different? Are you seeing things that you would not have seen in the past?
This does feel different to me, and I like to hit on both of you guys' points, because I see where Anthony's coming from. But it was only after Sheila stepped up and became the owner that I saw things the way Anthony sees them. But had it been Martha in there, I could be very well in the same boat as same old Lions. We just hired Nagy, and we just hired these people who we don't know yet. But when Sheila did what she did, and she brought these eclectic group of men in here who are just like, we're biting kneecaps, we're gonna right this ship. We know, we got this guy who's gonna go through the draft and find some instant offense, some instant coffee, some instant caffeine, which we got. It does not feel like the same old Lions, and I can look for that. I can look toward a brand new day with this organization. But I'm with Anthony right now. It was battered wife syndrome for so many years. because we know how Martha operated. You know what I mean? It's almost like she didn't care. So we had your Dan Orlovskis. You had people in position who didn't know what the hell they were doing. Let's just be honest. Matt Millen did not know what the hell he was doing, and he got 5 years. And Quin, he did not know what the hell he was doing. So, to me, this felt different the second go round when Sheila got on board.
Right.
And,
which is something that I think Elijah brings up, that he said Sheila was the one who picked Quin and Fatso, right? I thought, or at least he thought, right? She was part of the decision and retaining them, right?
She had no choice at that point.
But she wasn't sole owner. So now she's sole owner. You would have never saw an owner put their hand in their palm with discuss over a Thanksgiving game. You wasn't going to let that be.
She wrote a letter to the fans. She remember the letter to the fans?
Oh yeah, to discuss.
Where you could tell she was disgusted. She was apologetic. We never had this before. Let's just be honest.
She's been the most personable one.
Sheila was the one who said to Matt Patricia that he had to get us meaningful football in December, and the second he couldn't deliver on that, she launched his ass out of Detroit. People seem to forget that one.
Yeah, she didn't even say you had to make the playoffs. She said contender. You need to contend for a playoff spot. There were 7 spots. You were in your 3rd year. If you can't even back your way to the playoffs, get out of here, bro.
Yeah, and she put that down as a standard, and then he did not reach that standard, and she said, "Ow."
And so when she watched us get blown out by the bum ass Texans on Thanksgiving, do y'all remember that screenshot or that picture of her covering her face? That right there. As soon as I saw that, I was like, they gone. They gone.
Yep. Yeah, that was the first nail. Now, what you got for us, Cramson?
I do have an issue with when she did that. When she gave them a time limit, I had a lot of issues with that. And one reason, because when you give a person a time limit like Bob Quinn, you start making knee-jerk decisions. And that year, 2020 was the year of the knee-jerk.
Everson
It started with Akuda. It started all these freaking Patriot players coming in with Collins and Shelton. Then all of a sudden, your favorite of them all, Everson Griffin. I know you love that trade, Luke. Oh, you.
I freaking hate it to this day.
Exactly. And then it's like, and then we got so screwed on the cap because of that. We should have went Derek Brown. I know he wasn't worth 3, but you know what? It was much safer pick than Akuda. It was way too much of a risk. I know you never agree with that, but I thought it'd be a much safer.
No, you ain't listen. Did you hear anybody? I don't. At least for me, I certainly didn't disagree.
No, we're not disagreeing with you.
I even made the argument. I remember I took a lot of heat for this, and people who've been watching me would tell you I took a lot of heat for saying fire him. They were like, it's only been 1 year. I'm like, I don't care. I've seen enough. Fire him. Then year 2 came. I was like, okay, is this enough?
Couldn't win a game without Stafford.
They did not want to fire him. And I said, look, if you give this man 3 years, because I kept telling people it don't take 3 years to turn it around. If you give him a 3rd year, it's going to set you back a long time, because I guarantee you he's not going to draft for the future. Why would he? He's going to draft for right now. And he got rid of a corner, which tells me Sheila probably said, all right, now you don't get rid of Darius Slay. You better have a plan in place that's going to have some successions to where we can still be able to pick up that loss. He didn't. So he went out there, disregarded his coaching, disregarded his coaching staff, disregarded his head coach, disregarded the scouting staff,
the Lions,
and just said
all of it,
and just said that I'm going with the corner.
Wow.
Just
and we weren't sold on him. We weren't sold on Akuda. Let's just be clear. Nobody here was sold on
I smacked a water bottle and scared the cat.
Yeah.
Luke was very clear on that one.
Yeah. We were not sold on him.
The amount of flack he caught on that day.
Now, the difference between Okuda and Kyle Hamilton, you can see the difference.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. But again, like Anthony said, again, we're at the we're divisive again about where we pick. And it's like, oh, what do we go with another secondary guy? And it's like, these guys that are coaches on our defensive end were secondary guys. So
Damn it! You're taking a snippet from my video. God, go ahead, man. That's a good point.
You have to acknowledge what it is. You have to get that guy. If you're not sold with one of these edge rushers, if Aiden Hutchinson don't want to come here because he don't want to play at his hometown because of all the media, blah blah blah, well then we don't want him. Why would I draft you to come somewhere to play for me if you don't want to be there?
And you're going to get talked about. You're going to get critiqued. If not the media, I'm the worst one to critique you because I'm going to point out every little flaw you got.
Right.
And if not me, it's going to be Anthony. Somebody's going to watch you hard and aggressive. So let me ask y'all this though. Okay, because I think this is important to the healing process. Now that we've discovered time and time again that our need to move on from players and our reaction to it is flawed, that includes me. The Lions are coming up on a free agent, on free agency, I mean, and they got some decisions they got to make. I need y'all to tell me one player they have to keep at all costs. I'm going to say it again. One player in free agency they have to keep at all costs. There's no excuses to it. They have to keep this player at all costs. And I'm going to start this off with you, my man Malik. I know you got more for me. You ready? I know you're ready to tell me about your Michigan people that buy your stuff, but we're not going to judge it. But go ahead. Give me the one player Malik? That they gotta keep at all costs.
The one player that we gotta keep at all costs is what was his name? The receiver we got at the end of the season. What was his name? Josh Reynolds.
Robinson? Yeah, you're talking Robinson.
Is that his name?
Josh Reynolds. No, Josh.
Yeah, Reynolds.
Oh, Reynolds. Yeah, I'm thinking something else.
Once he came, that whole offense completely opened up. Once he came, whole offense opened up.
We're gonna forget about that first game he played in. We're gonna forget about that one.
Yeah, but you know what? This is gonna sound rough. He's a legitimate slot receiver. He cannot be my 1 or 2. And I'm okay with it. Only because it allows for him, if he's going to be out there on the outside and you add another piece, you still keep Amon-Ra St. Brown in the 1. But I think Amon-Ra St. Brown is definitely a 2. And he could be a 1 if given opportunity. However, I ain't killing you for it. I think it's a pick because it's keeping familiar, like a familiar face to the quarterback. Yeah. So I ain't gonna kill you for it. For me, I think there are a few other players that they got to keep at all costs, but that's just me. Who's that player at all costs, Rumble, that you think that the Lions got to keep? Like, there's no way he can get out of here. They got to keep him.
Oh man, I think it's Jalen Reeves-Maybin. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. I think he showed his ass last year. I've never seen him that happy and excited and just he was very into the game. He was very vocal, and you could tell he was out there having fun. So to me, that's the guy I can't really see the Lions losing, because like you guys brought up earlier, he's that we need those personalities on his team. We need our Lomas Browns and our those guys that don't really get a lot of light, but they're fan favorites, and because of their heart, you can see their heart, you can see their will out there. It's not too flashy, but at times they do show you brilliance, and you're like, oh man, that was a hell of a play. So to me, that's my guy.
Okay. All right. We'll bounce this over to you, Crimson. I need one person. He said, I was just gonna text Maven. I need one person that the Lions must hold on to at all costs.
It's funny you say that, and I'm having a hard time weighing out. I like Maven, I really do, and we need that depth at linebacker like so bad. But for me, I got to go Tracy Walker. I'm sorry. Tracy, yeah, I'm sorry. I took yours, Gunner. Yeah, that's the thing. Tracy, look, if we're getting Kyle Hamilton, we at least need somewhat of a competent – we need a competent number 2, and he's a definite good number 2, if not number 1. Tracy's been solid almost every year, and you're going to bring back, Matt Patricia's year, but you know what? Everybody sucked on Matt Patricia. Everybody. I don't.
That's fair.
That's fair. Defensive genius, my ass. So yes, bring back fair. Tracy Walker. He's been solid. He got himself an interception in the Arizona game, if I do believe. He was. Will Harris just makes him look worse than what he actually is. It's just really what it is. Will Harris is going.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
What's up, girl? What you got?
Oh,
That's
it. No, I'm a piggyback off that one, but yeah, that's a good point because even if we let him walk, and even if you do draft Kyle Hamilton, you're in the same boat. You got a good safety with no compliment.
You're right.
Right.
I give you that. It's hard.
So if you bring in Tracy, so if you bring in Tracy or you bring back Tracy Walker and you get Hamilton, you got a perfectly good safety duo.
Ooh.
Now. I'm going to go to down 19 because I know I'm going to probably piss off a few people. I tend to do this and have an unpopular opinion, but it is what it is. But down 19, give me one player that you just think that they need to bring back.
Most definitely, we got to bring back Will Harris.
No, he stopped that.
You know what? This is what happens when you do that. You see that? This is what happens when you say what, Don? What you say? Say that one more time. Sorry, you bring back who?
Break out the other player.
No, I'm talking about the other Harris, Charles Harris. but I like what I've seen from Charles Harris. You know, especially late. You know, we could pair him up with Romeo Core. Julian showed some promise. You know, towards the end of the season. So I'll say Charles Harris.
Don't forget Aiden Hutchinson.
No, you just
oh my God! Here we go. Here we go. These damn Michigan fans. We're not doing Anthony. I need somebody to come here with the voice of reason who's not so attached to this Wolverine love that's going around here. It's a contagious disease, man. Who's the one player that we just, you know, at all costs they can't lose?
Charles Harris is the one who you need to bring back, and I tweeted about this earlier actually, because he is the walking, talking definition of what you are trying to build here in Detroit. Dan Campbell's modus operandi is you earn your opportunity, you work your backside off to make the most of that opportunity, and you never let that level drop when you make it to that position in the first team. And Charles Harris did that. He came here as a guy who had no future. He got an opportunity. He worked his arse off to make the most of that opportunity. And even when he got good, and he could have coasted and not tried as hard, he still kept going. You know, he had the hunger, he had the desire there, and that is what you need from your vets. You need that attitude, you need that leadership, which is going to drip through into the younger players on this team, and you double down on that move by getting Trey Flowers out of Detroit as quick as possible, because he is the exact opposite. So you double down on the type of player you want here. You get a guy who wants to be here, and you give him his money, and you pay for it with a guy who doesn't want to. That is the move that you need to make, because players will come in. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. You need vets. We've been screaming out for years for vets who will come here and make us better and be an example to the younger guys. I'm sick and tired of all these free agent corners who've come in, these linebackers who just do not care. You know, if you want to set an example here in Detroit and say to players, look, other teams may not value them as much, but you come here, work hard, we will reward you. That is the type of culture you want to set here. And you don't want to set a culture of going, oh, you can come here, play well, then we'll sell you on for a lot of money elsewhere. It's not the culture you want. So Charles Harris has to be the guy we re-sign. He has earned it, and he needs to be here next year.
Yeah, I
swear to God, to say the kicker.
I love all the people that you guys name. Like I said, I know I'm finna say some blasphemy stuff.
Are you gonna say that kicker? Is it gonna be the kicker?
It's not the kicker.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
It's not a kicker.
We need to bring him back too, though. That rookie kicker.
It's Evan Brown, and I'll explain to you why.
Yes.
The Lions' offensive line has never fully played together at all the past season.
Nope.
And I really thought when Frank Ragnow went down that we were really doomed. Like, just chalk it up.
If we had that McCollum dude and not Evan Brown, yeah, it was over.
I'm just saying.
Yes,
he did because I think Evan Brown got hurt. But just think about this. Imagine if, given the fact that we do have linemen who have had some injuries, the Lions line has not played whole. But I now know that even with the experience that's been gained from Evan Brown then turns around and does something that makes us whole. He gives us a person who can still get plugged in, still keep the line whole again, and not lose a beat. If we lose a lineman and we got to put a backup in, many of us lost our caps when Nelson came in because we was like, bro, this ain't it. He ain't getting it done. But when Evan Brown came in, I literally forgot about Frank Ragnow. I did. I forgot because it was so much that he was doing that I was like, is anybody not seeing this? So to me, at all costs, bring them back. Keep the depth there. I don't think that none of y'all made bad picks. They all make sense. But to kind of play devil's advocate, the Lions could always just be like, yeah, I'm going big or going home, and I can go and get Marcus Williams and still take Kyle Hamilton. And now you got your safety core. So you got options in that regard. Or maybe they decide Jesse Bates and Kyle Hamilton, right? Maybe they decide to play around in that realm.
I just think that there's no way Jesse Bates leaves.
I don't think he's leaving Cincinnati neither. But I'm just saying, if it was to happen,
they are going to throw the Brinks truck at him.
And I'm still convinced that the Lions is going to end up bringing in Taylor Rapp, but Taylor Rapp won't be a starter, so it don't matter. So again, I'm just putting it out there. So those are the people that I want to see. Yeah. Again, like I said, I needed this. I really did. It was a rough day for me, but I was still in a good mood any damn way because I was like, I'm talking football. It don't matter. I'm having fun. I'm being petty. Anthony told me to knock it off, so I'm going to respect to knock it off. I'm not going to do it again.
No. I didn't say knock it off entirely, Luke. You know.
Yeah.
It wasn't that.
But just in case you did. Just in case you did.
I respect you too much for that, Luke. I know you have big opinions, and you go in hard on your opinions, and you deserve to back.
I at least support them. I would at least support my crazy. Like, I would at least support my crazy. But, you know, if I could screenshot this, I would, because we all get to take a picture with the best quarterback in Lions history right there. And that's a scary truth to know, as you heard Ray talk about, that we had the quarterback. It just wasn't enough done around
it. What a picture.
It wasn't Dante Culpepper?
What a picture.
Stop it. Stop.
What a picture.
Until we draft Elite
Joey Harrington? Joey Harrington?
Kid?
Willis at 2.
Tim Boyle?
God, dude. They take Malik Willis at 2. I'm going to sit back and hold my view of it because on one hand, I understand that.
Can I come do a stream with you, Luke? And we can
both listen, trust me. You know, I always have an open door for the family, bro. So you can always come through. So look, we coming up on a 2-hour mark. I am going to get into final thoughts and stuff like that. You know what? I'll do this. Instead of ending it here, I'll give a few minutes. If you got questions in the chat, this is the time to do it. If you have questions in the chat, this is the time to do it. You can ask it to me. You can ask it to Rumble. You know, first of all, let me just thank Rumble for letting me rant because I needed it.
It's all love, man.
I needed that rant. I needed to have that. I needed to let that out because I'm tired of us acting like we know better a lot of the times when it comes to talent. And I'm like, I'd like to. Jalen Ramsey was shut down corner.
You want to hear J-Mo? Oh, God. If he gets on here, oh, my God.
J-Mo gonna go in. J-Mo been going in our chat. I'm like, damn.
J-Mo's gonna be coming here doing backflips. Oh God, man.
Hey, we love it. Harold Landry would be a nice pickup from the Titans. He was a guy that I remember when he came out during the draft process. A lot of people wanted to take him really high, and I was like, nah, maybe we can trade back up late in the first, maybe. But I'm not shooting down anything. The thing is, they gotta want to be here. That's the thing.
That part. And for so many years,
keep in mind, people do like Dan.
We paid them. Like you said, we gave them this big contract. They didn't really want to be here. You know what I mean? Like, who wants to play for the Lions? I believe Crimson Shadow brought that up earlier. Like, you have to pay these guys. Nobody's going to turn down a $90 million contract.
You got to look like you have promise. You got to. That's how the Browns got to be the destination.
You have to
remember that.
You have to want to be here. So Aiden Hutchinson looks good on paper, but word on the street is he don't want to be here. So I'm not gonna give you that huge that first round pick contract money. I'm just not.
No, he want to be. He want to be here for sure. Don't listen to the rumors. He want to be here.
Wait, hold on. Wait, we gonna find out for sure. I got a source. Okay, I got a source. It's a legitimate source, and we gonna find out. Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Stephen A. Smith.
Here we go.
Stephen A. Smith with these sources.
All right, my good buddy here. I need you to tell me: do Aiden Hutchinson really want to be a Lion, or is he just capping on us? I mean, you already Team Michigan. Go ahead and give me the facts now. Do Aiden Hutchinson want to be here or not?
Hold on. Hold on.
Let's put on the hat.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
He did not throw this damn hat. Okay, so you on that tip today.
Okay.
I see you on that tip today. All right. Okay. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you have your moment.
You know, I was talking.
I was waiting for it.
Didn't they go undrafted last year?
Oh, snap. Luke riding those. But yeah, I was talking to Jim Harbaugh. He said, "Hey, Hutchinson said he gonna be a Lion fan. You mean a Lion? You know, he won the same number he won in college too.
Now
that's all he won."
Before we get up out of here, I gotta do this, bro. I gotta do this because my king is one of my kings is coming in, and I'm gonna let him hop in here. Come over here. Tell everybody what up, though.
Hi.
I clearly said what up, we're gonna take the high. We're gonna take the high.
What's going on?
Can you tell them who is your favorite team?
I think they're the Lions.
It's the Lions. You think it's the Lions? Do you like the Lions because you like the Lions, or do you like the Lions because Daddy liked the Lions?
I like the Lions because I like the Lions.
Okay, cool. They got cool colors, right? And lions are like fierce animals, right?
Yeah.
Let me hear your roar.
Boosters, that's why I like the Lions.
They want to hear your roar. Give them your best Lions roar.
I don't have the best one.
We're gonna give them the best we can. Give them the best we can. Ready? Let me do it with you. Now, mine is not as good as yours. I'm probably gonna pass out because I'm still having residual, but we're gonna do this. You ready? On the count of 3. 1. Don't be nervous. I mean, you live. Everybody's hearing you. But you got this. You ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Roar. Team Lions over here. Appreciate it. Tell everybody, say, have a good night.
Have a good night.
And tell everybody happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
And what's something that you want them to know? That's give them some good words. Something.
Tell them say go blue.
Something real good. Real good. You got nothing, huh? You got nothing. Now I bet you if I asked you about a Pokemon, you'd have knew about that. You'd have knew every Pokemon from here to Tim. Okay, all right.
I don't know how to Pokemon.
Okay, well, tell them good night.
Good night.
All right.
Good night,
little man.
Good night, son. I've been there. All right. Thank you for the hug and kiss. All right, that's my oldest right there.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
On his way to bed, and I always tell him I'm gonna let him on, but I never do. But
that's love.
Let's go ahead, man. Let's wrap it up.
Like you
say what now?
Hoping to be like you one day, Luke. I'm hoping to be like you one day.
Listen. You can be better than me. I promise you. Trust me. I'm flawed. I am flawed.
Everyone's flawed, man.
I know. Let's go down the list, man. I want to go through and knock this out. Ghost Gunner, what are your final thoughts for the people, man?
Oh man, happy for Stafford for getting his ring that he deserves. But now it's time to, we just got to move on to draft season. Can't wait to see whatever your big board is going to look out. Also, congrats to the three-way tie in the Pick'em League. Radio AM, PD Love.
I gotta still show that, bro.
I'm happy I got 10th.
I don't
know. I did a little better than you, Luke.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. It's been. Listen, I'm gonna do the same thing that a lot of these prospects is doing. I'm blaming COVID. Okay, I did it. Damn it happened. Go ahead.
That's last year. I don't want to hear that this year.
But you know what? It's not really a three-way tie. There is a number one because that's what that tiebreaker is for, and that's why that person is number one. So technically, I got to still do it though.
Okay, to Radio AM. I've never seen that name in the chat, so I don't know who that is.
Oh man, I got an idea who it is. Then we got that came in next. I believe it was Crimson Shadow. What are your final thoughts for the people?
My final thoughts for the people. Well, as a Lions fan, it's a real bittersweet. It's awesome to see Stafford win. But God dang it, now we're known as the team that lost to a kicker with no foot, went 0-16, and had a quarterback leave us and win a Super Bowl in 1 year. Happy, but God, that's going to hang over my head, and I'm going to hate it. And all I could say is, Lions fans, stop judging Goff. You have no right to judge quarterbacks anymore. None. Forget it. We have no right to
That's it. That's it.
No more.
That's it.
Do it. No.
Public service
Not doing
announcement. All right. We had, I believe, Down 19 who came in. What are your final thoughts for the people? And don't you tell me nothing about no Dante Culpepper. I'm gonna set the world on fire with that one.
Listen, Joey Harrington. All right. Let me chill. But congrats to Matthew Stafford. It is bittersweet. I'm still not sold on the future. Not yet. I gotta see what this draft is like. Malik Willis' name is starting to get hyped up. I'm not liking that at all. But I hope Aaron Rodgers don't come back either.
I hope you do, because they're gonna have no team there.
Nope, he ain't got with his cap. It's gonna be all bad.
He won $45 million. He out of his mind.
Now someone's gonna pay it, man. Someone's gonna pay it.
Now I think the next person that came in was Malik Mills. I could be wrong, but I thought it was Mr. Malik Mills who came through. Even though he put on the hat, that terrible hat. What do you got for the final thoughts for the people, Malik?
Well, for the final thought, I want to say congratulations to Matthew and Kelly Stafford. On Stafford getting the Super Bowl. Then second, I want to say, this is going to be the year of the Lions and also the year of the victors. So remember that, okay, Luke? So next time you put up that MSU Freddy Krueger, I know MSU be giving you nightmares. Because they have.
If anything, they giving Michigan nightmares. Y'all having a hard time beating them.
It's hilarious.
And at least we was in the playoffs. And then I just want to say thank you for letting me, be on yourself.
Appreciate you for coming through, man. 100%. Shout out to my man Adam. Adam has been in full rare form over the last I want to say playoff. He has fully went there with everybody. I mean, he has let it be known about so many things. And if you don't know who Adam is, he is over there on Woodward Sports Network. So shout out to him and Woodward Sports Network. Also shout out to the people. They've been cooking up some good stuff over there. And even when I disagree, I respect the hell out of it, man. So it's 100%. What you need is so much better than what you would get from our local radio because they are shock value, whereas here they're going to be willing to discuss based on the facts, and it's hard to get by. So shout out to him for that. But he goes Rumble.
Yeah,
that lets me know that you're in the building a lot, bro.
I love them over there, man.
So he says thanks. He says, my man, thanks for calling in today. It was a great surprise, 100%. All right, then we got my man Anthony up, who basically told me, Luke, knock it off. And I said, I am just after today, maybe tomorrow, but after today, I just may do it. Anthony, go ahead and tell the people, man, your final thoughts. Tell them where they can find you at. And I got to do this one more time for those people. Anthony, just before you go into it, let me have my moment. Let me have this moment. I'm finna just do this one time for the one time. And all right, I feel better now. I got it out my system. Okay. I got it out my system. I needed that. All right.
Oh man.
He says, Luke,
you
need to be on the show. Hit me up. I'm gonna hit you up, bro, for sure. I'm gonna hit you up because I'm getting some stuff together so I can free myself and still provide for my family. So yes, 100%, man. Having fun with it, and that's what it's about. All right, let me knock it off now, Anthony. The floor is yours, sir.
All right, I have a few final thoughts. First, to Matthew Stafford, it's already been said, congratulations, well done on your ring, and fare thee well as the Lions sail off into the distance and look at their own future. But we'll always appreciate everything you did. I'm so glad you did get that ring. To the Lions fans, I'd say look towards your future. It is bright. It may be hard to see sometimes, but we are going to get there, believe me. We are going to make it back to where we should be. So there we have it. I have one to the panel. Thank you as always. I love coming on here. I love all you guys. Man. This is some of my favorite parts of the week here, and I love doing this. And my last one is to you, Luke. Luke, we damn well need to stop this Michigan Wolverines brainwashing thing going on here, man. Me and you need to stand up and stop this from happening, because there are going to be far too many Wolverines on this team if we don't stand up and fight for what is right.
100%. My big brother from another mother, my man SpeakEZ from I'm calling him SpeakEZ, but it's Easy from SpeakEZ Sports, who says, Luke, easy. It's easy, baby. Hey, what's going on, bro? Happy to see you in the building, man. Happy to see everybody over here. Like I said, y'all been killing them. Y'all been killing them like really hard. I've been enjoying every bit of it.
Man, it's been fun watching those guys.
Now, you know what's funny? I find this funny, right? One Proud 40 says, even Voch, and if you don't know who Voch is, I'm talking about Voch Lombardi. He does film study, and he's a huge Cowboy fan. Even Voch is not like Tibbs. I only point out what I see on film. You don't got to like it. People don't got to agree with me. It's what I see.
You either get it or you don't.
It's just that simple.
Yeah.
If like I said, easy, I'm working on some stuff. I'm working on trying to get everything together, man. I really am, because I want to be unleashed. I want to be unleashed, and I enjoy doing this, and I follow football hard, and I have fun doing it. Rumble, my co-host, my new partner in crime, who let me rant and have
another
my
banger.
fun.
Another banger. I don't know what they're gonna say after this one.
I don't know what they're gonna say after the thumbs down button finna be fire. I mean, it's man, they're gonna thumb down the hell out of this one. The way I
don't know what they're gonna say after this one.
I mean, we should have a tracker. What's Luke G's like success rate when it comes to his draft videos? Like, seriously, there's got to be a count. You know,
like listen,
the
only one they get me on is Khalil Hodge, but they don't realize
they're gonna be keeping score this year.
You never had a chance, so how can you really?
But you know what it was? The truth is this: nobody looked at the fact that the year he came out was a year that a lot of underdraft players came out, and only 278 people get drafted. Over 400 people be entering the draft. Like, seriously, y'all don't get this?
Man.
Everybody doesn't get drafted.
They were gonna get you a Montez.
Down.
I thought they were going to get
Nico Collins.
Not Nico Collins.
God damn it! That freaking Houston, Texas. What's your final thoughts? What's your final thoughts,
Oh my God!
Oh man, my final thoughts. Okay, we bid the 2021-2022 season goodbye. It ended on a good note, in my opinion. Now the hard part. Now the good part. The good parts come now. Now we get to see what this team is going to look like. Who we're drafting. We get to see the draft picks in the combine. We get to see things that we haven't been excited to see in quite some time. So now, I guess we could just sit back and all put together mock drafts and try to come up with a team who we think the Lions should have. I think that would be fun. And but now we can relax and enjoy this process. Stafford got his ring out the way. Like you guys said, we're not talking about that no more. Now we can enjoy this process. Now we can hold them accountable. If they don't bring us 7 wins next year, then they're going to be on a chopping block. So I'll just put that out there. With the division looking the way it's going to look, they're going to be too busy scrambling around trying to fill holes in. So we'll see. But I'm excited. Thank you guys, the panel, Luke G, always, man. You guys rock, man. I love this. I love this platform.
Appreciate it, man. To all the people who came in the chat, I got a lot of families. Y'all don't see I got a lot of extended families. Obviously, I got my extended family over at Roar of the Lion UK. I got my other extended family at Woodward Sports Network. As you can see, it's a lot of people in there rocking with us. But let me just get to this part, man. To all the guests who came on, I gotta get to a positive quote because I think it's necessary. So today was just not good for me. It was really a rough day. It just seemed like no matter what happened, how much I tried to smile, things just kept happening, and it brought me to a quote. Pick up and kill it. Yeah. You know that game that they play on Wild 'N Out, pick up and kill it, where they have to just pick up from another person's point and kill it and keep going with the rhyme of the game. That's how I felt today. And my positive quote today comes from me. Pick it up and kill it. In other words, if the day ain't what you thought it was going to be, settle down, buckle up, and pick up and kill it. Kill the day because tomorrow's got to be better. And if tomorrow's not better, let yourself know that even in the damages of tomorrow, you still survived yesterday and you will survive today. I have gotten to a point many times where the questions of what ifs, would ifs, and should ifs, and could ifs have always played in my head. But I've never stopped giving up. I've never stopped fighting. I've never wavered and said, I'm giving in. The battle in me won't let it happen. The fighter in me won't let it happen. Champions often rise up when all around them are crumbling. And to me, there are a lot of champions in this chat. They show up every single day, and their day is not going perfect. It's not going the way that they thought it was supposed to be. They're not in the best position where they think they're supposed to be. But you know what? They picked up, they killed it, they moved on to the next day and on to the next day. And before they knew it, all the hard work, all the labor, all the pain, all the sorrow, all the setbacks, all the mistakes lined up perfectly for them for one great big moment to let them know that it was all worth it. The struggle is necessary, but the will needs to be strong. And with that being said, people, please make sure you hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, because if you don't do nothing else, you don't want to miss anything we're doing over here. It's real simple. And as always, don't be no chump. Please do your research. We are out.